African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation on the 9th of September, 2024. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct a special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces in the Liptsov and Vovchansk directions inflicted defeat on formations of the 92nd Airborne Assault Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and the 113th Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Lipsy, Goptovka, and Vovchansky Kuters in the Kharkiv region. 2 counterattacks by assault groups of the 80th and 82nd Airborne Assault Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were repelled. The enemy lost up to 150 servicemen and 2 vehicles. Units of the West Group of Forces improved their tactical position and defeated the manpower and equipment of the 14th Mechanized, 3rd Assault Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the 1st National Guard Brigade and the 119th Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Petropavlivka in the Kharkiv region, Novovodinoye, Grigorovka, and Serebryanskoye Forestry. They repelled 2 counterattacks by units of the 53rd Mechanized Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. The enemy's losses amounted to 620 troops, a tank, 2 infantry fighting vehicles, a US-made M113 armored personnel carrier, 6 vehicles, a Polish-made 155mm Crab self-propelled artillery mount, a UK-made 155mm FH-70 howitzer, a US-made Paladin 155mm howitzer and M198 155mm howitzer, a D-20 152mm howitzer, 2 2S1 Gvozdika 122mm self-propelled artillery mounts, 3 UK-made 105mm L119 guns, and 3 Anklevan electronic warfare stations. 6 field ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the Southern Group of troops occupied more advantageous positions, defeated the manpower and equipment of the 24th Mechanized, 79th Airborne Assault and 56th Motorized Infantry Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine in the areas of the settlements of Konstantinovka, Zalizniansk, and Chasiv Yar of the Donetsk People's Republic. Repulsed a counterattack by enemy assault groups. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 490 servicemen, 9 vehicles, a US-made 155mm M198 howitzer, a 152mm Mstabi howitzer, 2 152mm D-20 guns, 2 122mm D-30 howitzers, a US-made 105mm M119 gun, and an electronic warfare station. 3 ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the Center Group of Forces, as a result of active and decisive actions, liberated the settlement of Memrik of the Donetsk People's Republic, defeated the formations of the 142nd Infantry, 71st Jaeger Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and the 109th Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Kalinovo, Mykolivka, Rozovka, and Druzhba of the Donetsk People's Republic. They repelled 8 counterattacks by assault groups of the 68th Jaeger Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the 2nd and 14th National Guard Brigades. The enemy's losses amounted to 560 servicemen, 4 armored combat vehicles, 3 cars, a 152mm self-propelled artillery unit 2S3 Akatsia, a 152mm howitzer Mstabi, a 152mm gun D-20, 4 122mm howitzers D-30. Units of the East Group of Forces improved the position along the forward edge, defeated the manpower and equipment of the 58th Motorized Infantry Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the 105th Territorial Defense Brigade, and the 21st National Guard Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Zolotaya Niva, Oktябrь of the Donetsk People's Republic, and Novodorovka of the Zaporizhia region. 2 counterattacks of assault groups of the 72nd Mechanized Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine were repelled. The enemy lost up to 125 servicemen, 3 vehicles, a Polish-made 155mm self-propelled artillery unit Crab, and a US-made 155mm self-propelled artillery unit Paladin. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces inflicted defeat on formations of the 128th Mountain Assault Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and the 39th Coastal Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Zaporizhia in the Zaporizhia region, Otradokomenka in the Kherson region in the city of Kherson. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 75 servicemen, 7 vehicles, a 152mm D-20 gun, and a 122mm D-30 howitzer. 2 ammunition depots were destroyed. Operational tactical aviation, unmanned aerial vehicles, missile forces, and artillery of the Russian Armed Forces groups struck concentrations of enemy manpower and military equipment in 148 areas. Air defense systems shot down 2 French-made Hammer-guided aerial bombs for US-made HIMARS rockets and 45 unmanned aerial vehicles. Since the beginning of the special military operation, a total of 642 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 31,166 unmanned aerial vehicles, 579 anti-aircraft missile systems, 17,969 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,447 multiple launch rocket systems, 14,358 field artillery pieces and mortars, and 25,825 special military vehicles have been destroyed. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.